This is just a quick nighttime video because I didn't do it earlier, of the completed, well, partly it's of the very busy desk that I appear to have, but it's of the completed Troublemaker Games, Nuns With Laser Guns, Platoon that I talked about on my Tumblr. Just to get out of the way, hang on, actually, this ghost model here, that's the, there's like a psychic nun that I don't have represented here with this ghost model, and so obviously I've badly hand painted some cobwebs on the shroud to represent I don't know, psychic energy that came free from Ben at Troublemaker Games, which I was really tickled pink about because he didn't need to do that, and it was really nice of him. So all of these models except for that chap, and I'll talk about him in a minute, all of these models are made of white metal. So that's the psychic nun. Just as an aside, let's move hair out of the way. Actually, he was from my old Empire army. He was an elector count on foot, but obviously Empire stopped being a thing for a while, and my Empire army got converted into guardsmen, which you can see in my Astra Militarum video. So I figured that he'd just be an officer in this army, I don't know, Master of Ordnance or something. Now this model is the Goddess Hel from Bad Squiddo, Annie at Bad Squiddo. So I painted hair in a kind of a 1970s style. This is a very bold and simple colours with not a lot of technique relative to the surface area, if that makes sense. That is, I don't know if it's Fenrir, my Nordic mythology isn't really up to scratch, but you could order him for a few pounds alongside her if you wanted to. So I thought, well, they're good, and she could be perhaps a company commander or Psyker, and he would be, maybe he wouldn't actually be any kind of character, he would just appear on the battlefield with her, or maybe I'd figure out a role for him, but they look good together anyway. Now the Nuns with Laser Guns, if you saw the Tumblr post where I posted up the video Religion by Shura with the blue nuns, that gave me the inspiration for the paint scheme here. On the website Troublemaker Games, the nuns are painted red, red and white, but I wanted these to be blue and white because, well, partly because of the Shura video, but also partly I've never actually seen nuns wear red habits in real life. I've seen nuns wear blue habits like plenty of times, and black habits, and even a couple with green habits, and obviously the brown habits, but never ever red. So I thought, I'm not gonna do red because although they do look good on the website, it didn't look particularly authentic to me. So the basic colour scheme, the normal Platoon nuns have got this sort of lighter blue with a wash over it, and they've gone for a simple paint scheme because although the models are beautiful, they're very feminine without being sexualized. They are simple, so they're sort of, I would say that they're probably about as good as 1990s one-piece metal guardsmen, and all of these are one-piece, even the flamer nuns. Actually, I'm saying that they're one piece. The little green pouches they come on a sprue and you have to clip them off and just super glue them on. But aside from the little green ammunition pouches, they're all one piece. Even the missile launcher nuns are single piece models, and the ammunition crate there is a single piece. So what I figured was that the more experienced nuns would wear darker habits. So the heavy weapon squads. So there's one there, and the wife always says that I pan too quickly, so sorry about that. But and then another one over there. You can see my cotton buds and alcohol gel. They're in a darker blue, and the special weapon squad with a plasma gun and 2 sniper guns and 3 shotguns, they're in the darker blue. And then the veteran squad is in black, so they're all shotguns with a plasma gun and 2 melter guns, for really getting up close and dealing out damage. Then there's the command squad, which I think might be a platoon commander with command squad. So you've obviously got the standard bearer and a medic, and then Sister Ash Wednesday. Now, I didn't call her Sister Ash Wednesday, that's literally what the model's called on the Troublemaker site. I was going to do the entire army with red shoes, but then I realised with blue habits and red shoes, they would look like Sonic the Hedgehog, so I went for a Dryad Brown. They're all painted in Games with Actual paints, so I could probably rattle off the names of the paints if my memory was good, but so only Sister Ash Wednesday has got the red shoes, because she's got a brown habit, and then the command squad have got green habits. They're dark green, and then obviously that's the lighter green for the medic, because I figured, well, they're not exactly non-combatants, but they've got more of a support role, so they've got a different coloured habit. And so basically that's it. This is a long video just to say that I think the models are really well done. They don't require much cleanup. They represent very well a platoon of female guardsmen. They've got various poses. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say that you've got 4 different poses of lasgun nuns. Then all of the flamethrowers are the same pose, and all of the sergeants are the same pose, but that doesn't matter. And then the shotguns, even with the shotguns, you've got 2 or 3 different poses. So although there are repeats, they're single piece models, and they are really well done for that. The Goddess Hel from Bad Squiddo, she's a 2-piece model, and you're never going to believe what the second piece is. The left arm of the man who's dangling from her skeletal hand, his left arm was a single piece on its own. The rest of it is all one piece. I don't know what technical challenges made them make the left arm there have to be a second piece, but then I don't cast models for a living, so but yeah, everything else here, except for that one plastic guy, everything else here is one piece, except for the tiny little accessories. So yeah, I think these are really good, really worth the money, and I can't recommend them highly enough. If you're looking for female guardsmen, I would say go to Troublemaker Games and get some Nuns with Guns, because there's none better.